And on this final episode, we do the final compression test to see if everything is good and also look at the consistency of the grounding kit that we installed. Yes, all accessories on, everything is good, right? And of course, here we head back to DynoPro Philippines for a dyno. Yes, look, all stock. We're gonna do a final dyno run just to see how it changes from the first time we went here before pulling off the engine, right? And here, and you can see now it's all ready. Yep, all stock. And of course, something for you guys, the ram air system. Yes. And can you guess how much we made? We will see. And this is not to be missed. Okay, now we round up the grounding kit here. You can see the picture. There's 4 different ground wires that's strategically going to certain places that's needed improvement. Of course, the positive has extra terminals for whatever the car needs. So here, one of them goes to the IACV or throttle body bolt. The other one goes to the alternator bolt. And then the other one again goes to the thermostat housing bolt. That's where the ECU ground comes from. And the last one goes to the transmission ground up front. This way, all the ground sources of the engine and the sensors are all equal to the battery's negative terminal. This way, it works really good and properly. The ground wires are proper gauge 8 and not the China ones or the small core. This is actually a proper gauge 8. And we took a video of the car running at night so that the accessories are on, air conditioned, even the headlights. Check it out. Look at this. 14 volts and stable, with aircon on, air conditioner is on, and all the accessories are on. You can see, right? And even on my very own car, which doesn't have this grounding kit yet, actually during the day I get 13.6 volts, and then at night when all the lights are on it's 13.4. So this was something that I'm gonna do for my own car too. So now let's sort of recap. Here we are when we first removed the engine and after cleaning the block, and look at that's fresh, and port match the head, not headworks, just port match, and clean the block and ready to assemble. Did not skip any of the details, and here we are. It's almost there. You can see the block is clean, and threw in SuperTech valve seals, and then here it's almost done. And then, of course, we installed the engine. And of course, in episode 5, the last episode, we started up. We compression tested it before initial startup. And of course, when we got to start it up, everything was fine, right? So now this 67 kilometers later, we're going to compression test again before we head to the dyno. And if you remember this scene from the last episode, when we drove it, we feel like the small things like this will not be seen on the dyno. The responsiveness and the reaction of the engine is really good. We call it the transient response in between shifting, and it's what makes it fun to drive. You can actually sense it. It's pulling good, right? We have another video, but unfortunately the the holder of my phone is next to the AC vent, so it's fogged up. But we still took a video, and although it's foggy, here it is. We just did a first gear pull. You can hear it. Yep. And actually, if you notice or rewind the video again, you can hear it actually spun the tires. This is a stock header, stock muffler, and an airbox, and it still spun the tires. That's pretty cool, right? We tried to rack up enough kilometers, but the 67 kilometers is the best we did, because on this by this point, the next day we were gonna dyno and compression test. So let's go with the compression test now. All right, here we are, cylinder number 1. Okay. Oh, okay. 200 still. So maybe it'll go up if we go beyond 100 kilometers or whatnot, but it's just got 67 kilometers. Literally, that's the only break-in that we did. This is number 2. Oh, it's still 200. Okay, see that? It's still consistent. And now number 3. All right. Yep. 200 again. Now the last one, number 4. Let us check. All right. Yep. And that's consistent, right? All right. And so before we drive to the dyno, let me show you this. I checked with DynoPro, and I don't really know what happened or how the DynoJet WinPep program is, but if you remember, our best airbox run was 102 and the ram air is 106, but this is what it is. Look, and this is correct because it says September 14 at 3:11 p.m. and then the next run with the ram air is at 3:16 p.m. September 14. This is correct. So it's 101.5 and 105.84. So it's almost 106, right? All right, so now let's go head on to DynoPro in Mindanao Avenue. Let's go. Okay, here we are now. Sorry about the traffic. It's actually 4 p.m. on a Thursday. So, yep, we do this daytime. Okay, we're gonna align the car with the DynoJet. And props to the crew at DynoPro for guiding me properly, because this is the least of my favorite things to do, to align the car properly on the dyno. Yep, but they do a good job. They help me get the car parked aligned well. All right, just a little bit more now. It's checking. All right, and then now here, it's almost there. And then we gotta hold it. Okay, no, we gotta back it up a bit, but yeah, that's okay. That's pretty much aligned. All right, so now we back it up a bit, and then now they're strapping it on so that it's ready to rock and roll. Yep, there you go. The front is there, it's almost done. Yep, all right, and now the VTi is ready to rumble. Yeah, and you can see here it's all stock like we did before, right? So let's go. Okay, now we try this like this. All right. Oh yeah. Oh. Now let's look at the graph now. Whoa, would you look at that? 104 wheel horsepower. And actually we did 2 runs and it also looks like that. And sorry for the graph on the air fuel. It's down at 12. It used to be at 13. So we should have moved it there. But you can see here, even if you do the imaginary line of the 13 air fuel ratio, it actually got lean from the beginning. The mid part is kind of okay, but from 6,000 or from 5.5 onwards, it's getting leaner. And you know what? If this had a tunable ECU, even if it's a stock header, stock airbox, stock exhaust, this probably would have made 108 or even 110 wheel horsepower. I can promise you that because of the tune here of the stock box. So if you remember this, the previous run, it was 101.5 or 102. So when you think about it, we actually almost reached the ram air power on the stock airbox without even running a ram air, right? So that's crazy good. And this is responsive as heck. So now I know you guys are waiting for the ram air run. So hey, let's go for that. All right, here we are now. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Oh man, that sounds really good. Let's look at the dyno sheet. Oh wow, look, 112.58 wheel horsepower. That's crazy, right? That's 112. And look at that, it got lean everywhere, but specifically in the 5,500 RPM. And look there, at 7,000 RPM, it's just going super lean. That means it's running out of fuel, or on the stock box and stock injectors, it's getting inadequate. And we didn't even change the throttle. Crazy. So this show you guys how important it is to have your ECU tuned. Like, because when you think about it, this has stock headers and a stock intake. It's not even ported and no pistons, nothing. And it's going lean up top. So before you change to a B16 throttle or whatever, you have to consider having your car retuned with the proper ECU. Because look, it's gonna make even more power. This could easily make 115 wheel horsepower in stock form. That's crazy, right? So when you think about it, that's pretty cool. So to recap the work, this VTi has 97 cubic inch displacement, 6,800 RPM, and 9.6 to 1 compression, 114 theoretical, 100% VE. And the 102 horsepower is 90% volumetric efficiency. And now the 104 wheel horsepower is 91.5% volumetric efficiency. That's pretty good. Now let's look at the ram air system. It made 106 wheel horsepower, so that's 93.5 volumetric efficiency. And now it made 112 wheel horsepower, so that's 99% volumetric efficiency. That's crazy. So when you think about it, if you have a tunable ECU, this would have made more. And of course, even though you can't really run a ram air system every day, that 106 could easily be 108 or even 110 with the right tuning. So that's crazy, right? And so hopefully the owner has a friend with an SIR or even a Gen 1 RD1 CRV, because we would like to do this series all over again, but this time with an SIR that's stock or a CRV. Because there's some things that we gotta see or to see how we can improve it in stock form. But for now, on the end screen we'll have episode 1 and you can click right here for that.